Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to learn how to retouch image inside Affinity. I hope you're ready. Now I have the image link below the description. Make sure you download so that you can follow along. Now we are going to take the image from this to that, and I hope you are ready. Alright, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like the video if you find it helpful. It really helps me and motivates me to do more. So here we have our image. So what we want to do is to check and make sure that you are inside the retouching studio. So you can go to the studio manager like that and make sure that the retouching is activated and you are good to go. So here the first thing that we are going to do is to duplicate our image. So Control Command J to duplicate it, and what we want to do is that we are going to use frequency separation. So you come down here to select it from the tools here, as you can see. Now you click on that, and let me explain to you. It's very simple to understand frequency separation. So we have the high frequency and the low frequency. The high frequency has to do with the texture and the low frequency has to do with the color of the skin. So you just have to toggle between the radios so that you can have a balance of the low and the high frequency, and that can help you retouch your image. All right, so it's going to depend on every image. All right, so every image is going to depend the amount of radios you are going to apply. So with this image, I think I'm going to go for somewhere like 3.3 pixel is okay, because I think that is giving me the balance that I want. So yeah, so that is good. Okay, it is giving me the balance I want, so I'll just go ahead and hit apply and I'm good to go. So here I have two layers that are forming the image. So we have the high and the low frequency. So here I'll just turn off the high frequency and work on the low frequency. So I'll come down here. These are the tools that I can use to remove all my blemishes on the face. So I'm going to go for blemish remover tool first and just start removing the blemishes. So to do this, it is very simple. You just have to select where you have the blemishes and click and drag it to where you don't have the blemishes. Okay, but you have to be careful where you push the mouth of the brush to, so that you don't pick the part of the skin which does not match where you want to replace your blemishes. I hope you understand. All right, so for me personally, I use the inpainting tool, the inpainting brush tool, and the blemishes, because those ones are the tools that I find it very easy to use, and I think it will make the work faster and good. You understand? We have the patch tool and the rest that you can use, but for me, I think they are good. So I'll go ahead and group the two layers, and I want to call them after. Okay, and I want to call this one before, just to show you the progress we make as long as we are making the tutorial. I mean, you get what I mean. So I just want to show you the before and after as you move on with the tutorial. That's the essence of what I did. All right, so yeah, we want to turn off the high frequency and continue removing our blemishes. Okay, so now what I do is that I use the blemish remover tool to tackle the big blemishes and spots on the face, and I use the inpainting to kind of unify the color of the skin. All right, remember, we are not tackling the texture of the skin, we are just working on the color of the skin. We want to maintain the texture. That is why we are not inside the low frequency, I mean inside the high frequency rather. All right, so yeah, we've just selected our inpainting tool and we are going to use it to try to unify the skin color, okay, and work on the small blemishes. That is how I use it. All right, so with this one, you just have to take your time and do it gently. All right, so here I could see that I can select the blemish tool to remove these black blemishes. Okay, just like that. You can see that it kind of have some crispy vibe here, so I can just go and select mine in painting, and I'm going to correct that. As you can see, yes, that's good. All right, so I don't want to waste your time. I would want to speed up and just clean this very fast so that we can continue. Yeah, so there you have it. Everything is looking nice. Now let me show you before and after. As you can see, that's a big change, right? Let's get rid of this little part here. Yes, so now you can see everything is feeling natural, and yeah, I could see that we have this red skin, it's normal. Nobody has a perfect face, so yeah, but we can do something about it. Yeah, let's try and clean some parts. Yeah, one thing about retouching is that in my opinion, you don't really have to make it perfect, because nobody has a perfect face. Okay, so just try and make it more natural. I think that makes sense. All right, yeah, because if it becomes very perfect, I think the face looks kind of flat, and yeah, that is my opinion. All right, yeah, so we are trying to make sure that everything feels natural. All right, so I'm just going to speed up and just clean up some of the reddish parts and try to make things smooth. All right, okay. Yeah, so now there you have it. So let's look at before and after. This is before, this is after. All right, so that's a big change, but we can do something. We can, what we want to do is just name this one the low frequency. We are going to edit and name it as low frequency 1. Okay, and we are going to make a duplicate of that. Okay, and we are going to call this one low frequency 2. Okay, now on the low frequency 2, we are going to select our mix brush tool, and we are going to paint with airflow of 6% and hardness 0%. Okay, and this kind of unify the skin and make the skin smooth. All right, so that is what I'm doing. As you can see, try to paint the whole face. Now this is a shadow effect, so you might not see it. Okay, so yeah, that is before and after, and I think everything is going on well. We are doing good. All right, so yeah, so the next thing that I want us to do is to improve the image quality. All right, so if you don't have the quick adjustment, you can go to window, come to general, and make sure that quick adjustment is checked like that. Okay, so let's select the group, and we want to sharpen it a little bit, so just increase the sharpness a little bit and reduce the clarity, okay, to make things smooth. And as you can see, the change is so amazing, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah, I think that is good. The next thing that we want to do is to come to our layer panel and click on adjustment icon and select vibrance. Okay, so we want the picture to pop a little bit. All right, yes, so I'm just going to put it at 12%. I think 12% is okay, or 13%. They are okay. Now let me bring it inside the group so that everything will be very simple. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to dodge and burn. Okay, now I'll just select the adjustments icon and select curve, and I'm using curve because I don't like the dodge tool inside the software. It kind of, I just don't like it, so I'm gonna use the curve tool to create my dodge. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to give it a max. Okay, so I'll just give it a max like that, and just right click and come down here to select invert max. Okay, and I'm going to select my brush tool right here, and I'm going to make sure that the flow is 8% and the hardness is 0. Now come to your color and make sure that your foreground color is set to white. Now I'm going to just paint on the face where I'm supposed to give it the dodge effect. Okay, so this is a subtle effect, so you might not see it, but yeah, it really makes a difference. Alright, so yeah, so now you can see before and after. You can see the effect is very subtle, but it makes a difference, like I said. Alright, so here I'm going to name this Dutch. Okay, so yeah, let's name it, and let's create our burn. Okay, now to create a burn, you have to select the low frequency one layer. So let's select that like that. Okay, now let's come to our tools and select our burn tool, and we have to make sure that the burn tool we are painting with 5% flow. Yeah, so there you have it. This is before, this is after. This is before, this is after. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to still continue creating, make sure you click the video on your screen right now, and I'll see you. Bye bye.